there is more than one image on the slide. I've stretched the boundaries, that's how it goes. So, okay, Andy, let's go. So I started my mission work at Kingston Green Fair in 2005, and it was out of a conversation with a friend who had a spiritual experience, and me realising that actually, although I'd been in the church all my life, I'd been a Christian since I could remember, there was an interest in spirituality. So I began working with different groups and set up Sacred Space Kingston. And one of the things that I did was work with Kingston Interfaith Forum to try and challenge the idea that religion just causes wars, but actually it's something that brings people together. So we did a lot around art and decided that actually in order to engage with spiritual seekers when there wasn't a fair, art was the way in which that could happen. So we did exhibitions, we did workshops with young people, and then something else that I did to engage with people who on the margins is set up a chaplaincy service in Kingston Town Centre, and these are some of our chaplains in the blue bibs. And I also worked at the YMCA, and I wrote a spirituality course that didn't actually have any kind of Christian content. You could be of any faith or no faith and learn how to do meditation. And then in 2015, we had our 10th anniversary, so you have to do maths. So Sacred Space is now not just a missional project, but it's also a missional community, or a fresh expression of church. And we're working with a local parish church called St John's, and this is a service that we were asked to do called Sacred Space. And we did it on the theme of the beach. So other ways in which we've been engaging with people on the margins. So my husband is really into local history, and to be honest, I kind of glaze over when he starts telling me about this stuff. But anyway, I had this idea that we could turn it into a spirituality trail of our town. So we put stuff on Eventbrite, and people just turned up, and we walked around doing a spirituality trail. This is us celebrating the summer solstice with a shaman. And we actually wrote some joint prayers, and I showed them to people at CMS, and I said, am I going to get kicked out? And they said, no, you're going to have to work harder if you want to get kicked out of CMS for that. So we've also worked with artists and musicians, and do something called, it's not actually called Serum anymore, it's called Searching Soul, but a spirituality discussion group in a pub called Druid's Head in Kingston. And then the other whole subculture that I work with who are on the margins are Steampunks, and these are some of my steampunk friends. And if you don't know what a steampunk is, it's kind of Victorian / goth. And Ben in the middle, he's the guy who facilitates and puts on these steampunk events. This is called umbrella jousting, and it's one of the fun activities that the steampunks do. They also do tea dueling and teapot racing, and then this is how I do my mission at the steampunk gatherings. So I play up to the whole gypsy on the end of the pier, and I'm called Madam Ria. And I do Christian card readings at the steampunk events. And I've kind of become a bit of a chaplain, really, to steampunks. This is the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival. So as well as doing steampunk stuff, I do a lot with New Age, pagans, those kind of people. So the weird and the wonderful and the very creative, and people who really care about the environment. But in my day job, I work for CMS, and hopefully what I try to do through my paid job is also give dreamers and prophets and poets an opportunity to share their experience and for us to hear what God is doing. So Anvil is one of those ways in which the people that I work with have been able to share their stories and their good practice. There's a fantastic story about Emma at Stonehenge, and if you haven't read Anvil, then go to the CMS website and read her story, because it literally, every time I read it, I get goosebumps. It's so fantastic. So the other bit of my role is to facilitate the network of pioneers that have been through any of our training at CMS. And this is us trying to set fire to CMS, which I think is always a good thing to do as a prophet and a poet and a dreamer. And also another way in which hopefully we give platform to people from the margins. This is us at Greenbelt, people sharing their story of their innovations. Andy was there talking about space to breathe. But we also had somebody who started a brewery to help men talk about their feelings. We have a blog, and one of our students wrote this fantastic spoken word piece about this bit of graffiti called Shimmering and Dirty, and talked about how that was a prophetic statement in her town. We also try and get press coverage for those of our students who are doing amazing things at the margins, and one of our students is the Scribbling Vicar, and he's actually the artist in residence for Aston Martin cars, and he's set up a fresh expression called Revs. He goes to classic car shows, and this is just some of our students, and I really like this quote that you can read for yourself because it's too far away and I can't see it. But that's hopefully what we do in terms of reaching people at the margins.